Okay, now that we know all about the different types of transformations, we are going to go through each type individually and get more in depth and more familiar with the concept. Today, we are going to be talking about translations. If you remember from yesterday, a translation can be thought of as a slide, okay, where we took an image and we slid it from one place to another. Kind of like if you ask your mom to pass the salt. She's going to slide it over to you. Okay? Now, a translation moves every point of the figure the same direction. Okay, so when we slide it, we're going to move all of the points of the figure in the same direction and the same distance. Okay? When we do this, it's going to make sure that the resulting image is congruent, okay? Meaning it's going to be the same as the pre-image, okay? A translation can move a figure left or right, okay? So we can move in the X direction, left or right, okay? If it's going to the left, it's going to be negative. If it's moving to the right, it'll be going in the positive direction. It can also move up or down, okay, which would be positive to go up, negative to go down. All right, now the best way to practice this is to go through a few examples together, and then we'll let you practice on your own. So let's take a look at number 1. We have triangle ABC. The directions tell me that I should translate triangle ABC 5 units to the left and 2 units down. Okay, so I'm going to take this shape and I'm going to go 5 left, 2 down, and then put it right there. All right, so let's figure out how to do that. First, we're going to record all of the vertices of the pre-image right here. Okay, vertices, if you'll remember, are these corner points, okay, right there, A, B, C. Okay, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to say, okay, A is located at this point right here. The coordinate points are 2 and 4, remembering that the X goes first. So this is 2, 4. That's where A is. B is located at this point right here. That is X is 6, Y is 7. So just like that. B is located at 6, 7, and C is located where X is 7 and Y is 3. There. So I have just looked at my vertices and wrote down the coordinate that they are at. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to use the good old-fashioned counting method. So I'm going to start with point A. Go ahead and put your pencil on point A. The directions told us to go 5 units to the left and 2 units down. Okay, so from here I'm going to go 5 left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't draw a dot yet, because we got to go 2 down. 1, 2. Now that is where our new point A is. So we're going to label it A prime. Okay, we don't want to confuse A prime with A, so there's A prime. Okay, that's the counting method. We're going to do the same thing with the other vertices. We're going to take B, and we're going to follow the directions. It said 5 units to the left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2 units down, 1, 2, right there. That is the location of B prime. We have moved it, and there it is. Now we're going to do point C. We're going to move it 5 to the left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2 down, 1, 2. There is C prime. So as you can see, I have now translated the triangle. I have slid it over 5 left, 2 down. And there is my new image. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill in where the new points are at. A prime is right here. That point is -3, 2. That's a comma right there. B prime is at, let's see here, x is 1, y is 5. So 1, 5. C prime is, x is 2, y is 1. Here we go. 2, 1. All right, so we have now moved the figure, and we've identified where all the A, B, C points are, and where all the A, B, C prime points are after we've translated. So let's describe how each transformation affected the x and the y values. Okay, so when we moved, let's start with the x values, that's our side to side. When we moved 5 units to the left, okay, look at what happened to point A in the x values. How did we go from 2 to -3? Well, we moved, you could say that's like saying 2, and if I moved to the left 5, so that would be in the -5 direction, is going to equal -3. So how did it move? Well, it decreased by 5. Okay? If we started at 2 and we moved in this direction, we are decreasing 5 times. Now how about the y values? We went down 2. Well, down is also a decrease. We went down. So that value is going to decrease by 2. Or we could say we started at 4. We went down 2. Okay, we started at 4. We went down 2, and we ended up at 2. Okay, so if I was going to write this algebraically, that's just a word that means write it in math language. We would just say that all of the x's, all of the x values, were decreased by 5. And that's how we would show that they were decreased by 5. And all of the y values were decreased by 2. So I would show -2. Okay, now some of you are thinking, oh my gosh, the words are so much easier. Why would I show it mathematically? And the answer is because a lot of us will want to program this into a computer to let the computer do it for us. And so being able to represent what happened to all of the x values with a rule like this can help us when we're coding and putting things into computers. Okay, the next one, we are going to translate triangle DEF. Okay, so we're going to go through the same process again, but with triangle DEF. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to have you look at DEF. Here it is. And we're going to write down all of the vertices for the pre-image. Okay, that's the original. DEF. So let's write our points down. Point D is right there. So that's at -7, 4. Point E is right there. That's at -4, 1. Point F, right there, is at -3, -5. Oh, on D, I forgot to put a negative in there. Hopefully you caught me. That 4 should be negative. Okay, so we have all of our images, our pre-image coordinates. Now we need to put the image coordinates. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move as we've been told to. We're going to move 4 units to the right and 3 units up. Okay, so I'm going to start right here with E, and I'm going to go 4 units right. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 3 units up. 1, 2, 3. There is E prime. Now we're going to do it again. Let's start with D. We're going to go 4 units to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 3 units up. 1, 2, 3. Right there is D prime. And the last one, F, we're going to move 4 units to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 3 units up. 1, 2, 3. And there it is right there. So we have now slid or translated triangle DEF over, and now we have DEF prime, our new image. So let's go ahead and write down our coordinates. D prime is right there at -3, -2. E prime is right there. That is 0, 4. And F prime is right there, and it's at 1, -2. Okay, so let's describe with words what happened to my X values. Well, they went 4 units to the right. Going to the right is increasing. Okay, so my X values were increasing by 4 every time. My Y values, we went up 3, so again, that is increasing by 3. So once again, we're going to represent this change algebraically, okay? So we're going to have our coordinates right here. All of the X values increased by 4. Okay, so we could just say X plus 4. All of my Y values increased by 3, so plus 3. And you can see that if you look at the coordinates. So all of my X values, -7 plus 4 is -3. -4 plus 4 is 0. -3 plus 4 is 1. So all of these rules are working. I love it. Okay, let's keep going. Now, on number 3, we already have the picture drawn for us. That's great. We have our pre-image right here and our image right here. Okay, I can tell because of the primes. Now what I want you to do is you're going to give a verbal description of the translation. What happened? How far left, right, up, down? How would you represent it algebraically? Okay, so go ahead and pause and try this on your own and we'll check. Go. Okay, so here's what we should have gotten. So this image, if you count, went over left 7 times and up 4. So if I was to represent that algebraically, I would say that all of the X values went to the left 7, so that's a -7. All of the Y values went up 4, so that's plus 4. What did we notice about all of these line segments and angles? Well, they're the same as last time, okay? When we move all the points the same way, the resulting image is exactly the same. We call this congruent. Now on number 4, we're going to translate without the use of a graph, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to move 9 units to the right and 9 units down. That means we're going to take all of the X values and we're going to add 9. We're going to take all of the Y values and we're going to minus 9. So -7 plus 9 is 2. -2 plus 9 is 7. -2 plus 9 is 7. Now for the Y values, 2 minus 9 is -7. 2 minus 9